Oh, it looks like that worked finally. Jeez. It doesn't recognize I clicked the on button. Sorry about it. Sorry about it. It'll be an interesting day today. I think we could see just a grindy update today to recover this gap. Just looking at our levels currently. Right at this high here. Okay. These blue lines we're expect to possibly hold. If we come down here around 6,000, we'll look for a buy. Ideal play out is push down off the open, bait some people, and get long from that area. Kind of mixed signals today. Yesterday, that whole move on AI news and stuff, I'm not sure how much the market wants to ignore of that. It would make sense to go lower, down. You know, we broke. Let me pull up the daily. We've broken this demand on the daily. Next demand is lower. But we found an influx of buyers. We look at the 5-minute, huge volume in the middle of the night there. Everyone filled their orders. So that could have been value buyers. That could have been the market turning buyers. Right now, if we break this low coming here, then we probably move down. We're right on yesterday's gap. That doesn't give us any information. See what? We're in this 5-minute range now. Okay. That looks about good, I would say. We'll see what happens. Eyes are bugging me today. Whew. They just hurt. Makes sense to either digest this move from yesterday or continue grinding higher, in my opinion. My eyes are really hurting me. Like I can't see. Need screen glasses. I drew these lines. We have these supply and demand levels. This one will actually go like this. Looks to be about where the market wants to be positioned. 2-point gap coming in the open in 20 minutes. Let's look at our news. What do we have today? Consumer confidence. Durable goods are done. Okay, cool. Could be some kind of just stay in this area type day or grind higher. Go for that gap fill. And then on interest rates, FOMC tomorrow, they'll make their decision where they want to pop it. Looking at indices were down hard, but that was just pretty much AI and semiconductors. We're talking about putting tariffs on Taiwan. That's going to make all that shit more expensive. You know, that's not good for me, but how does the market see it? I'm not sure. But just like the other days, ideally, see a push off the open, down into... I don't know if it's even going to connect. My OBS just disappeared. We'll see if we can connect back. YouTube is showing all kinds of issues. Or not YouTube, but my end trying to connect to YouTube is giving me a bunch of issues. Oh, it looks like we are back. Okay. That was weird. I've never had OBS it just disappeared. It's like, I'm out. I've clicked start streaming like 5 times. And it keeps like not connecting or disconnecting, so we'll see. Like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, um, push lower out of the gate, we'd look to take a long. We could see gap close from yesterday's down move. A lot of panic, and then looks like value buyer stepped in. But we'll wait it out. Kind of in the middle, right up near the supply, so I would rather see us pull back off the open to get a long. I don't want to fight this level. Looks like a significant level to me. Oh yeah, and I downloaded an extension for Chrome so I don't get flashbanged every time. Look at that's the flashbang. It's dark mode. Boom. Way better. Will be an interesting day. I would say be cautious. I don't know how. So like in terms of this whole swing, we're right at retracement level. Whoops, did that wrong. We're right where we need to be to make a second leg down, which would make perfect sense too. But I think we want to fill the gap. See how price opens. Some more information. I think the market's looking pretty bullish. Yeah, this level right down here looks really strong. Yep, 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 yep. That's funny, ain't it? Multiple things line up. Looks like we broke this hourly low. That would be technically creating supply here to move lower, possibly down to our green area. Ah! There's no sound. Oh my gosh. Testing,
There's no
testing.
sound. Oh my
Oh wait,
gosh.
no, there. I hear sound. Let me pull up a new page. Testing, testing. 1, 2. Sound check, sound check. Testing, testing. 1, 2. Okay, okay. Still hear me? Still hear me? Gustas? Is that how you say it? Thanks for letting me know. Thanks for letting me know. I've been having trouble all morning. I click on my OBS, click streaming, and then it like my OBS was crashing, and then it said I was streaming, then I go to YouTube and look and nothing would show up. I restarted it, so hopefully it's coming through now. Like I was saying, our plan going in today, we're kind of long biased. I think we continue up to fill this gap. I would like to see the picture paint out, push down off the open. I'd love to see us push down into 6,020, 10, and then start grinding higher. That's the plan in my head. We'll see how we open up. We'll see how price reacts. And then we'll take our trades. I don't want to get long up here because we are testing these upper sellers here right now. That's what this down move was, is a reaction to these sellers. So it would make sense. If they're strong sellers, it would make sense to push off a little bit. And then the next time we come into them, we're gonna fight them. And I think we'll go through. Market overall, we had a reaction yesterday to news, you could say. But I think there was some irrationality to it. We shall see. Market overall, you can't fight the bulls eventually, right? If you just scrunch up the daily, I think longs probably were more profitable. So sometimes my ninja charts get so laggy, like when I zoom out a lot. My room temperature coffee, how it's preferred. It's how many 10 minutes till the open. We're hovering right around yesterday's close. But that doesn't give us any clues. And 9 o'clock, we have news just to be aware of. My buddy Derek said he would be trading today, so we'll see if that happens. He's always fun to interact with. Draw the picture. My ideal play out. Here. Yuki! What's up? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Testing, testing. I've been having issues with OBS and YouTube all morning. Loud and clear. All right, cool. We were just talking how we want to go long today. I want to see us go down off the open. Ideally, if we get down around 6,020, 6,010, this area. Looks like I'll take some stabs long. I think we want to fill the gap. Oops. Fill the gap from the night before. Yesterday we were talking about how we expected the candle to close more near its lows. We just went up all day yesterday. That tells me those buyers that filled their orders down here, which we knew they did because we saw the volume, right? Those were some big boys to be concerned about, I would imagine. Because who could have stopped this from falling and send it all the way up the next day? That's the big boys right there. So if we got down there too, I would take a stab if the 5 minute showed us something. But I don't want to go long up here because we're coming right into our sellers. So patience, patience, patience. Patience pays, as they say. Some decent trades yesterday. Hopefully showing that the losers really don't mean anything. It is a different style though, and I know not everyone be interested in that. That's fine. So 5 minutes to the open. We'll most likely, wherever we are, we'll most likely fill the gap. That's right over here somewhere. See how we open up in the first 30 minutes. I would love, I don't know what's going to happen. I would just love to see us push lower. In the 1 hour, I see you have supply around 6120. That's this one. Would you consider that opening gap the night before a supply zone 2? Or do you expect price to go through it? Are you talking about like this, like the gap, the candle gap? Is that what you mean? Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I just wanted to make sure before I. So, the way I see that is gaps want to fill mostly. So, I think we would go through. But we do have this supply here, right? So, we could see a reaction off that. When I'm looking at supply and demand, where did the imbalance start? Like, at what price point did the imbalance occur? So it did occur here because we dropped an open, but really the imbalance came from here. So that's why I'm watching this upper zone. To me, it would make more sense to like come up, get a reaction here, and then push through to up here. But just since gaps tend to fill, I'm not going to look for. So this is like an actual. This is um like a fill gap, and then when I talk about the morning gap, it's like the same thing. You know, we expect when we open to come and fill down to the gap. But yeah, always where do the imbalance start? I think it started up here. Like I said, this is definitely supply we formed here too. It's just not something I wouldn't be too concerned with this. Maybe I'll eat my words, but that's a good question though. Yeah. And so the supply up here, the higher supply, it also has options positioning. My nose is super stuffy this morning. Up here, that seems perfect to me. One minute. 1 minute remaining. How your guys' trading days going the past couple days? I think still like long COVID. I still have like a slight cough. I just got my taste and smell back recently. I think it's like a sinus infection still. I have an appointment Monday. I had an appointment yesterday, and I thought that was my doctor's appointment, and it was just a blood draw. I just had to get blood. So next Monday is my doctor's appointment. Boom, open. Let's see what happens. Okay. Oh. Right now, I think we're reacting off of this supply up here. I think that's what this is. There, we filled the gap. Oh, one more point lower. Half a point lower. Quarter point lower. Filled. All right. So if we're reacting from the supply, we'll go down to buyers, and then we'll see what happens. We created hourly now, or I mean supply on the hourly by breaking this candle low. I don't think we have to worry about these overnight levels here too much. I think we'll go down lower. Take out these lows first. Broke that low. Okay, we start a 5-minute downtrend now. Be patient. Just be patient. If price isn't in a high probable area yet, then all you can do is wait. Videos of dogs and seeing snow for the first time. Always makes me smile. I got my German Shepherd in Texas when I lived there, and she didn't see snow until I'm originally from Illinois. And once she came back up here, the first time she saw snow, and she was all excited. Wow, did some deadlifting yesterday. Feeling that. Feeling it. I'm just reading some information, seeing if there's anything new. Wrong push down off the open. I'm still here. I'm just turning off my camera real quick. Not doing anything suspicious, okay? maybe a little suspicious. Tuesday feels like this is going to be a long week for some reason. I feel like it's like Thursday in my head. Yeah, right under here. 60 tens. Looks like it would be a pretty prime location. Even if that's right about half back too, so everything lines up right about here. Pushing down, pushing down. Like we were saying, push down out of the gate to approximately 9 o'clock. If we can get down here towards the 6010, that looks like it would be a beautiful thing to go along. Expecting perhaps a gap fill from yesterday. I get some brekkie. I get some yogurt and granola. Be right back. Oh gosh, we're moving down. I wasn't expecting that. I was, but not so quickly. Barely had time to get my yogurt. So we'll see. I want to see price come down here and form some demand on the 5 minute. Or if we make it to 6,008, I'll buy. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Was I muted? Did I mute myself? Is that what happened? Anything? You hear any goodness? You hear any goodness? All right, that should be working. Yeah. Should be working now. I was going in between muting myself because I'm eating some breakfast. Like we were saying, push out of the gate down from 9:30 to 10. Looking for around 60, 10 area down here. If we make it to 6,008, I'll just shoot a buy probably. But ideally, we form some sort of demand. I'll do something like this. Buy after we form demand down here. Can I get rid of this? Ah! Let go! Oh. Get some light in here. Whoa. Got the window right behind here, right behind the camera. The backyard. Can look out. Watch the birdies pick the grass. You want to see them push lower. Technically, we're coming into demand. Sure. There's demand here. There's demand here. But when you spend a lot of time in an area, like this whole area, we spend a lot of time here. That shows us that the imbalance isn't there, right? Like eventually the imbalance came because we stayed there so long and then we went up. But as far as like an imbalance like we saw overnight last night, boom, hit this, boom, straight up. That type of imbalance isn't in this area. I believe it's lower. So we could see, on the 5-minute, we could see a little reaction to these demand levels, but expecting it to go lower. You guys take any trades yesterday or this morning so far? Couple winners yesterday. We finally got them. I made a little short video just going over those real quick. Nothing today so far. Nothing today. I thought about getting short when I came to my desk this morning. From this supply and then this here. but didn't quite reach it. So I didn't. You know, our overall day expectation is go down, then up. So that was an idea to go where I think we're going to go down to. Kind of a weird day following yesterday. Well, yesterday was a weird day. So that today could be a weird day too. Possible. I would be excited if we got some sort of double bottom down here. Not excited, but I'd take a trade. Yuki took a couple trades yesterday. One winner, one loser. Overall profit? Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Nice, only a couple trades. That's what I like. I like couple trade ideas. You know, if you're taking more than five, it's a lot. It depends on your time frame and stuff. My loser was short. I took two early, and all I felt was sadness, despite being up overall. Cry. Yeah, you know, I really like. Do you mean I really take losers personally sometimes because it means my analysis was wrong, right? But being up overall, hey, don't be too hard on yourself. I think it's good to be hard on yourself. I think you should not want to make mistakes. I think you should want perfection. You should strive for it. But also, that's unrealistic, and you have to realize that and give yourself some slack here and there, you know? My motto is 1% better a day. I want to make 1% better decisions. I want to be 1% more disciplined and patient than I was yesterday. And if I can do that, just 1%, then, and you know, you really can't measure that, but it keeps me in line. And if I could do that, if I could stay in line, then boom, successful day, no matter what happened, right? Even if I took some losses, as long as maybe I was more patient, you know, that I would consider that being better, being 1% better. Yeah, during the day, we took a short here and barely nicked our first profit target, and then it stopped us out. A pretty rangy day, to be honest, yesterday. Still expecting a little lower. This is at 850. So, one thing I do is I'll look at what time the high or low came in. So this low came in at 850 candle. And then we can look back at previous days similar and see when did their lows come in. Usually it's earlier than 850. So now I expect it to be later. We'll see. We came into demand. I don't expect a huge reaction off this, but we have room back up to supply here. Or even this one. Ideally, we wouldn't give back more than this first supply to push lower. And then, yeah, we'll just see. Derek said he was going to be on a trade. I don't know if I believe him anymore. Oh, 9 o'clock, we have a news coming out. Nothing too crazy. I function off caffeine. Caffeine and hate. What gets me up in the morning. Back to the gap close. Or yesterday's close. We already closed yesterday's gap. It was only like a 5 points. Hourly supply week we could look in. Well, about that same level. We did get a push down 830 to 9 though. Are close enough. Just would like it by. I would like to buy the main buyers. Buy the buyers. That'll be our motto. Buy the buy the buyers. Oh my goodness. Maybe not. Have to be able to say a motto for it to be a motto. Pushing back. Gave that whole push back already. Reacting off this end of day demand. If we break the supply and come back, I might start a buy early just because the 5 minutes showing strength, but we have to paint a picture. Still in a downtrend on the 5 minute. The hourly now is actually in a sideways range. So we could buy down here. In order for me to buy down here, I would like to see our trend start to fail. Well, meaning maybe we do something like this before we go higher. FOMC tomorrow, that'll be probably pretty exciting, depending on where we end up from today. The idea behind today is a grind up to fill the gap. I wanted to see us come a little lower before I started a buy position, but if this paints a picture of breaking supply, I'll throw on a buy on a retest of demand. The reason why I think the buyers are lower is because really this whole move down, we didn't have supply much to break. You know, these buyers down here are strong because it started the move. And this first pullback here is a retest of this demand. That's also a strong area, but anywhere above that, we're not really seeing strength that we would want. I like to think of the market as speaking a different language than I do. So I'm not very good at Spanish, but I could piece things together, right? And I can't speak fluently the market, but you can piece things together into what makes the most sense. Buyers and sellers. That's it. Keep it simple. Little bit of seller so far here. I'd like to see the prior candle low break. And then we have room back down to this demand. That's if we're going lower. If we're going higher, we should perhaps fight this zone a little bit more and break through it. A double bottom on today isn't that uncommon, like I was saying earlier, when we compare similar days. Gonna need some new coffee soon. A range type day today would make sense too with FOMC coming. Hands are so dry. Get your computer parts or Terrafin chips. Terrafin Taiwan. You pretty girl. Oh, you're such a good girl. Big German Shepherd. The biggest baby I've ever met. She's scared of everything. I remember the first time when she was a little puppy, she saw a ceiling fan. And, whew, that was the most terrifying thing ever. We had to, like, slowly introduce her to the ceiling fan spinning. She would just bark at it and jump around. Now you like them, right? You like ceiling fans? That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Do you want to say hi? You want to say hi? Come here. Come here. No. Ah, jeez. I'm gonna go make another cup of coffee. I'll see what happens when I get back. Oh dear. Still going up. We expected to go up today, but I wasn't expecting a V recovery. So we'll see if we can get pushed back a little bit here. So now we're in this range. Everything's looking pretty good. Buy down here. We would attempt. Whoops. I'm here to turn off my camera a sec. Can't get naked on camera. I'm not. I'm not doing that. Okay, okay. Maybe market like the news more than I thought. Fear and greed index is someone in fear, so it makes sense to go up all day. Be greedy when everyone's fearful, especially after yesterday. Um, or not yesterday. Well, yeah, yesterday the down move. I think people are expecting more weakness. Broke this high now. Boom. We're in an uptrend. I'm not going to mark it on the 5-minute because it's too steep. We need to see some pullback. Uh-oh. This is demand here. We'll see what we do. If we break this high and then come back to this demand, I think I would shoot a buy. But now where the turning point in it is in, and now we're 30 points higher. So ideally, now I'm really hoping for one of those double bottom scenarios to play out, because that would give me a better price. Coming up to this 75. May see a reaction off of that. If not, if we go through this, we have room back up to the gap fill. See if we can break this high. This could be a grindy rally. Okay, we'll start our hourly uptrend again. The hard part, if we just start grinding, is how to get in. Did not give us, didn't come to the area we wanted. Did not give us a chance to buy demand on the 5-minute at all. I do want to see us retrace this move. So similar to what we expected or wanted, we wanted to see 8:30 to 9 a push down to 6,010 area. Didn't make it that far. We thought we would go up the rest of the day after that. Looks like it started early. We'll see how we handle this supply up here. I want to see a pullback if I'm going to enter into a long. Yeah, this is like big money buying. $9.30. Straight up. So the buyers were here, huh? Buyers were in this area here. This imbalance here. End of the day imbalance. But I thought lower. Check if there's any obvious volume holes on this move up. No, just underneath. What the hell? What are my settings for this? Hey, good girl. Around, yeah, right below this. We'll see. See what the market gives us. Hi, doggy, doggy. Do you need to go potty? Okay, I'll let the doggies potty. and into that supply. It's really all about if the market will give us what we want to see. So far, painting the picture that we expected. Expected a little bit lower. Thinking today, the most probable thing to happen is to give back this gap. If we can break this supply here, then we'd have room up there. $5-minute. We're looking to break that prior bar low like we just did. That would be creating supply. Expect to retest this zone. I'll probably shoot a buy if we come back down there. Doggies are outside doing their business. You could still see. So this reaction on the 5-minute here was a reaction from the supply. Now we made a higher high into it. If there could be significant sellers there. We just have to be careful. Going long, I would have liked to see us eat that whole zone first. But it's weekend now. Wait. Maybe get a down push till around 10 o'clock. That would make a good time. Reversal time, I think. See what it does. We're not going to chase this move up. Not much opportunity on like the 5-minute. We just went straight down. Then we went straight up. Maybe on a smaller time frame you see some wiggles in there, but not too much to react off of. Got my comfy PJs on. I slept so good last night. I laid down at a decent time. I think it was like 9:45. Put on a TV show. Looked at my clock. It was like 10, and I don't remember. I woke up, and then I woke up. I was just tired. Any good TV shows out nowadays? I feel like I'm either always rewatching something that I've liked before, or I don't give enough of a chance to something new. All right, we pushing through this? Some big, big buyers. See what they got. Like we said off the open, we were looking for buy. Never got the opportunity. We'll see if the market wants to give us one. It's finally warmed up outside, so the dogs just, when it's super cold, they'll take one step and look at me like, "Are you kidding me?" And then when it warms up a little bit, they won't come in. They'll just bark. You know, you can have the probabilities set, what you think is going to happen in the market, but sometimes it just doesn't happen like that, you know? There's the doggies. They're all frisky. Ah, keep shocking myself. It's this chair material. It's like I don't know. I don't know what material it is, but certain then when I wear certain clothes, it just makes me staticky. Makes it shocking. I just don't want to accidentally touch like something that I'm gonna destroy by shocking it. Looks like it wants to push through higher. It's trying. If we push through the supply, I would love to see a violent slap down halfway or so. Try to buy that violent slap down. Curious to see how fast price breaks through the supply. If we break through the supply, if it takes a long time to break through it, you know, that could be not too good of a sign. Basically, I want to see a reaction one way or the other to tell us if the imbalance is there or not. What do you want to do here? Can you go through that? 9:45. Let's see. Inside candle. The last one was an outside candle, and then we went to an inside candle. We'll break these lows. 60, 68. We could come back down to here. 58, 56. Now it's just waiting for price to give us an entry. Can't buy after it moved up. Can't sell after it moves down. I mean, you can, but I am not going to. Might be one of those moves that just leaves us behind. That happens sometimes. What are you going to do? Be angry about it? Lots of time. Lots of time it's taken. Reading some news. Always important to keep up with news. I think trading the news is foolish. Do something, market. Do something. Not giving us much today. No pullback either direction. Make sure that push through. Trying. Can't really do much when markets like this. Unfortunately, we didn't get a little bit more oomph on that morning push. What would make you sell? I'm looking at if we get up to the 6130s, that gap fill. My thesis for today, go down over the open and we'd probably cash grind the rest of the day. When I come up with a thesis, it's based on previous days that are similar today. What has happened, um, most likely. Doesn't mean it's going to happen again, but I'm just trying to add everything in my favor. So sell if we get up here. I think we could definitely see a reaction, but I think the market wants to fill all this. If we get a sell, I would a strong sell off into like one of these lower areas, then I would look to buy, because I think we're gonna go up, or at least till like after lunch, and we'll see. And that's just a guess. You don't know for sure. I use the hourly to look at the main areas, and then I use the 5 minute to see how the 5 minute bars are reacting. And unfortunately, this morning we just, I mean, we pretty much went straight down and straight up. There's really no reaction, no pullback to trade off of, which happens, whatever. Grindy days up are hard because we can literally, like now, we could hold this demand too. I want to buy a little lower. I don't want to chase up here, but I mean, this could literally hold, hold, hold until we get all the way up here, which would mean I wouldn't get an opportunity, according to my rules, to get in. but it is what it is. Sometimes I miss them. Sometimes I screw up my entry and I get stopped out. But you just need a handful of good winners. When looking at supply and demand, I'm looking at the strongest zones and preferably the zones that created the moves. I think an important thing with supply and demand is as important as it is to know the zones you're drawing, it's just as important to know what zones you should ignore. Because if you marked every single demand zone, we'd be marking it here, and here, and here, and here, and here, just too much. So figuring out what to ignore, um, and looking back at it, hindsight, we shouldn't have ignored this zone. But I thought we would most likely go lower. Now we broke the supply finally, okay? Gives us confidence in the gap fill theory. Depending on how strong of a grind this is, like I said, we might not see an entry for us. I would love for me to get long. I would love to see something like this. Boom. See this get slapped down a little bit real quick. That to me would just be like an order grab. Because we just kind of went straight up. Most likely some orders somewhere. And sometimes they like to do a quick slap to grab them. I just mean the market, I don't think there's any the market is what the market is, it's not some crazy thing that people think it is. And sometimes you pick the right zones, sometimes you ignore the wrong zones. If I was more aggressive and I wasn't looking for the turning points, I would just buy any demand. maybe around 11 is a selling time. Big volume on that last bar. Actually, did we break this? I might have not drawn that zone properly. Let's see. 60, 85, 75, 60, 86. Oh, we actually didn't break the supply yet. By like a point. But I think we go through it now. FOMC tomorrow. Gotta be careful. Careful trading that. Hey, Gustas, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting. I hope you have a wonderful day. And if you're trading, I hope you get some wins. Best of luck to you. Sorry we didn't get anything exciting today so far. But we'll make a recap video going. I'm trying to make a recap video. If nothing happens during the day, then I probably won't. Still grinding, still grinding. Well, if I want to get a trade today, I might have to wait for a sell then. This just left without me. I was all excited. I was actually long biased today for the stream. It's like, ooh, I'll show these guys I'm not just a bear. Well, maybe I won't. I was at my computer last night and my legs started itching. I was like, oh, weird, whatever. And then started itching even worse. And then I like went to go scratch and there's a freaking bug just biting me up. I'm like, what the hell, man? Warms up for one day and then you come out of the woodwork to chew me up. It's bull crap. Now it's still itchy. New highs. We'll start drawing a trend on the 5 minute now. Little disappointed. Um, Pretty much exactly what we said this morning. Push down off the gate, cash grind, fill the gap. If we get a spike down into one of our demands, we might look for a buy. Otherwise, maybe we'll look for a short at the end of the day if we make it to the upper supply. But that all depends on timing. I don't want to take trades too late in the day. Treat like the last 10 minutes of the day like a news event. And then, I like to give my trades at least like an hour. So I want to be in before like 1:30, ideally. I don't like fighting the clock at the end of the day. Be right back. I'm gonna make a phone call. All right, back in business. A little bit of pullback here. If this is a cash grind, I'll probably just hold this zone, but that's not what I want to buy because we're already 50 points up in this move, believe it or not. Makes sense to find a little bit of sellers right above this high, because that tells us for this price action on this hourly here, price was not allowed higher than that. So above that are sellers. I want to see a larger move down, a larger pullback for us to get long. Coming in the morning, we said a push down off the gate till about 9, and then a cash grind up to fill the gap. So far, that is looking like exactly what we're getting. Unfortunately, we didn't make it quite as low as I wanted, and we also just, left. Once we started going, we didn't look back at all, so there was no entry, according to my rules, to where I could have gone. Just gotta let the market play out. Days like this, I for sure feel FOMO, probably more than anything, you know, because it's doing what we wanted. Missing a trade is better than FOMOing in and taking a loss. You'll feel way worse every time you FOMO in. something from after COVID. Like, maybe it all has to do with my sinuses, but in the morning until like now, now my eyes are finally feeling a little better, but it's like they're so, I don't think they're dry because they get all watery, but they're so irritated after I wake up. See if we can push a little lower. All right, broke this demand. We'll take a little stabby stab if we get a push down. Getting a little push down. Maybe it'll give us an entry. Maybe. What? Give us more of a pullback, will you? Going up to 61.32. Let's see. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's where right up here. That's the expectation. I think we give back this gap from yesterday. We wanted to see a push down 830 to 9. We just about got it, but we wanted to see it push down to 60.10 area, and we were going to go long. And then we said looking for a cash grind up the rest of the day or most of the day to fill the gap. So if we get a pullback down here, I'd shoot a buy. But price left without us all day, so it's been kind of disappointing. Nothing you could do about it though. We took out this supply level right here that we just broke it. Now we're turning off of it. Why 6010? Okay, so two things. There's options positioned around 6012. And then if we look at the demand levels, this bottom demand here, that's our originating demand. We come up and we pause in this area, create more demand and give it a retest. So that shows us buyers are here right underneath this retest. And then you also have demand here. This is the demand we actually bounced off of, but I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting us to go through her, go lower, through her and lower. Sometimes by trying to ignore zones, you miss. It's like, oh shoot, that was the one. But yeah, I definitely thought a little bit lower we can get. And then on the 5 minute, at this point, it showed us creating this demand on these up candles. And we would take a retest, but we never got one all morning. Now we're coming back down into it. We might see a retest. Days like today, there is some of the days like today have formed some sort of double bottom before we go higher. So we could see this area too. But I'll buy this demand. Oops. And the lower demand if we get to it. I ignored this zone that we actually turned at. Just because it didn't accomplish anything. So price went up and down and up and down, came to the sellers. So this zone on the hourly brought us to the sellers, and then we reacted from the sellers. So, and this zone is a retest. This zone is just a test of this zone. These are the buyers that push the zone higher. So that's why I was looking a little lower. But can't get them all. Can't get them all. Bid buyers here, maybe. Had super high volume on this bar here. So this could be the turn. I just wanted it lower again. Son of a gun. Might have missed that. Yesterday's close is right in the zone too. Come on, price. Work for me a little bit. RBR. Oh yeah. Those are just it'll print on the prior candle. So RBR is a rally, base rally. All it's saying is if we break the prior candle's high, that's the first sign of forming demand. And if we do a hit the DBD line, which is just the prior candle's low, that's the first sign of creating supply. So it just marks prior candles high or low. Not really necessary. I just like it. I like having it on there to kind of remind me to look at it. Sometimes I just get lost. I won't be paying as much attention to that, so I like to have it on my charts to remind me. So all the rally base, like this zone right here that we formed, this is a rally. We rallied up, based in this area, and then rallied again. So that just means that's so above this candle, this white candle, there would have been a green RBR line, just saying if we broke this high, that means we made demand. But that's not always 100%. You know, every time you break a candle's low or high doesn't mean you're forming demand or supply, but that is the first step in forming demand or supply. If I'm one thing I like to do if I'm taking profits, say I was long on this move up, if we just trailed simply the prior bar lows, holding, 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 and that's all we did, we would have been stopped out on this down candle. So just by trailing the prior bar lows, we could have captured a majority of this move. I think it's a nice. It's just the first sign. That's all it is, you know. It's more likely to give you false signals, but that picture has to happen. You know, to go up, we have to break the last candle's high, right? And right down here, form this double bottom. That could be a buy potentially if we start showing strength again. I really wanted this zone down here. These are the longest days when you have a good idea and the market does it. It just doesn't give me that entry. Watching paint dry. Trying to decide if I want to buy this zone. We didn't push down where we wanted either of these points. So maybe that's a sign that we didn't push down where we wanted, so I'll just buy this zone. 7. Or it could still give us a zone here. Hard to tell. I would much rather have it a little lower. A little ABC action. Out of coffee again. 2 cups is good, though. I need to drink more water. I want to see this breakthrough go slightly lower. 1050, 11. Selling pressure times from previous days. Really have to pee. All right, maybe I will, because it looks like it's deciding still. Dang, looks like it might have been this zone, huh? But even if it was, I would have got stopped out if I bought this. Using a 4-point stop, that's what I use. Just how I have come to manage risk over the years. That would have got me if we did attempt long. I still want to see that. 60/50s. Still think we could close the gap higher. I just want an entry to it. Did you take a long? Is that what happened? Yeah, I would have got wicked out of a position here if I attempted here. It happens though. It happens, man. That happened the other day. We were calling the market. I'm like, all right, get short here. Boom, get stopped out. And then market goes exactly where we want. This isn't showing much of a buy on balance. Like if we found buyers here, I would expect to go to supply. We're still just chopping. Market's been pretty movie today. I mean, we barely paused at the bottom, barely paused here, barely paused at the top, and now we're sitting in this area. One clue about this turning point, why I might have wanted to buy it also, is because on this down candle, we did have the a big volume bar, and that looks like that one is holding. Go back up to 60/80s, see how we react. We could just grind higher from here, then we'll miss it. Or maybe we'll take a short later. We'll see how we react off this top zone. If it breaks the high, I probably just call it on the stream, but we'll leave with a plan still. Never quite, never quite came back. Little doggies, big doggies. They bark at every noise. If you get like a UPS or somebody dropping off a package, you know about it. I know if anybody steps foot on the driveway. Oh, you need a brush in, don't you? That's why the floor is so hairy. Oh, girls. Oh, that was the buy zone there. But either way, if I would have taken this, that would have stopped me out. So lucky I didn't, really, is all it comes down to. Still expecting gap fill. Market gave us no entry today. Girl. So like on days like these, I'll set alerts where at the levels that I want. And on Ninja Trader, you could have alerts get set to your phone as a text or your email. 59, 57 was a long, but it didn't get there. Yeah. Yeah, right in there. You're right, you're right. I agree with that. Hey, what's up, Josh? Like, yeah, Phil, do you mean 6105 or 6032? I mean 6032. So we do have like this is supply imbalance, like at 6105, this area. Um, but the imbalance started from this area and it's a gap, so gaps tend to fill, and we have options positioning there. So all those things coming together, it would make sense to want to go to that area. Doesn't mean we can't get a reaction off this area, 6100s. But I think that's what the market's trying to do, is get up there. Expecting. I don't know how loud. I hope the dogs aren't too loud when they start barking. I think the mic does a good job of cutting it off. We were kind of expecting a cash grind today. Those are just those grindy up days. So far, it's looking like that. Seems a bit far out. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I have this bottom blue line right here. So these are kind of my expected day right here. But if we start taking out that, then we expect the next one. If we started taking out this bottom one, then I would expect lower. Yeah, they're not. I think from the few things I've heard, it's like a, and then it cuts out. Hopefully, it cuts out. They're loud in my ears, so yeah. Then that does seem a bit far. But if yesterday was just an overreaction, a complete. Do you mind? I'm speaking. A complete recovery would make sense. I'll let them out. Man, they are so. I'm surprised because they are so loud. I have a German Shepherd and a cattle dog. The German Shepherd just has a real deep, loud bark, and the cattle dog is like ear shattering pitch. Like, ooh, but that's good. That's good. There's some setting I put on the mic. It's like if it spikes too high, it just like cuts it off. So even if I start yelling, you got any pets? Any pets or aminals? I've always had dogs. Oh yeah, God forbid I let him out and there's a squirrel in the yard. Sometimes that squirrel barely makes it out. Two black lab mixes. Oh, that's cool. Those are good dogs. My aunt and uncle had multiple black labs. Couple of them mixed. Super friendly. If this continues higher, gonna look at this, measure the first leg. Boom. That brings us right up to the gap fill. That is also making a lot of sense to do. We'll see how it reacts to this area up here. Painted a good picture today, but just didn't quite give us what we wanted. Oh, let me get the dogs. Come inside and just immediately bark at me? Are you kidding me? Really, on the upside, like I said, we could see something off this 6100. Nice big number. But ultimately, I think we're targeting a gap fill. Might leave without us again. We were going to take this wick back into the demand, but that would have stopped us out. I did take it. Wanted to buy a little lower here. This morning we were looking at 60.13 to get a buy. Didn't quite make it there either. Good analysis, CA work. You know, even though you got stopped out, you had the direction right. So it's always, even if I get a losing trade, if I'm right, it's it's a losing trade dollar wise, but you always have to give yourself some credit. If you can get the direction, wick out happen, wicks out happen, wick outs happen. But it's the analysis that matters. This doesn't look like it's going to give us much. That makes sense. The supply. You could say we took out these buyers, but these weren't any type of buyers. These are the buyers down lower. We didn't even make it back to them. So that would be indicative of strength. If we break this high, I'm just going to leave with a plan and probably head out. There we go. All right, so we're back in a 5-minute uptrend. All right, so we'll leave with this. The plan since the beginning was a gap fill. We think we're going to cash grind up most of the day. We could see some sort of pullback after lunch. On that pullback, I'd be looking for one of these lower demand zones. I might take this, depends how price shapes up, but I would definitely take this one. And if we make it even lower, I don't think we'll make it that far. That would be showing a lot of weakness if we go all the way down at this point. But yeah, we'll see. If something interesting happens, I'll make a video later just to cover it. Otherwise, good luck today, and catch you guys tomorrow.